welcome to the Liars Club. I'm Jessica Wellington.
And I am Felicia Michaels.
As you can see, Felicia's not here tonight. This is Jason Tebow. Thank you for guest hosting.
Suck it. Glad to be back. Thank you for always having me.
We love you. You know that.
I love
Thank
you
you
guys
so
too.
much.
It's always fun.
You guys know what we do here. We have two of our comedy friends come. They tell two stories each. One is true, one is a lie. And along with you, we try to figure out which is which. So play along. Over here, I have Austin Lane Walker.
That's me. I'm here.
Gator's out, by the way. If you're not watching this live and you're listening to it in the next week or so, Gatored out.
I'm orange and blue, head to toe. Got the Gator Jordans on.
Yeah.
I've
College football is over, but you are like, you're starting next year.
I'm proclaiming it now. 2020 Florida Gators National Championship. You heard it here first.
You want to put money on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no money, but
you want to do a crazy bet?
I'll bet all the money in my bank account. I have like $7.30 probably.
That's too rich.
The Gators don't pay your rent for promoting themselves.
Negative 2661.
That's too rich for my blood.
You're good.
And in the booth today, we have Kyle Anderson, which is one of our producers. Say hi, Kyle.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yay.
Stoked to be here.
Hello.
You got yourself on camera and shit, right?
Yeah, I got myself on camera.
Fuck yeah, dude.
What else?
Why else would I
Ego
drive
trip.
down here? You know.
I'm with you, man. Hell yeah. We're gonna have a good time. This is gonna be a great show today.
Yeah.
Austin, do you want to introduce our guest?
Absolutely. Across from me, this young lady hosts a podcast dedicated to the art of trolling. It's called We Three Trolls. They are right here in the basement of the Comedy Store.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Wellington has been featured on a recent episode, so please check that out.
I did
funny,
one with
very
my
funny.
mother. My mother was
you did
in
it with
town.
your mom?
Yeah, your
Uh-huh.
mama
cool.
was on there too. Yeah,
Very cool. She is Miss Rozafa Lleshi.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Zopsies,
Excited to be here.
Excited.
Next to Jess, this man has been featured at some of the country's most legendary clubs, from Caroline's on Broadway in New York City to right here at the world-famous Comedy Store. He's performed with the likes of Nick DiPaolo, Craig Robinson, and Joe Rogan. He is Mr. Josh Accardo.
Yeah, thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
That was a good intro.
Fun to be here. Great
Good
intro.
intro,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Great
Yeah.
intro.
Very nice.
Awesome.
intro.
Happy to help.
Yeah, before we get started, we have to say that we are sponsored by Blue Apron. If you need a meal delivery service, I don't normally do this. Blue Apron's the way to go.
I do.
A lot of
I'll
people do
take
Blue
it.
Apron,
I'll
man. That's
take all
great.
the Blue Apron.
I'll even say this. If you're a single guy and you want to impress a girl and you don't know how to cook,
Fuck
they
yeah, dude.
literally will.
Yeah.
They will absolutely do the opposite of cock blocking you, and they will make you look like an all-star.
Absolutely. If you're
Yep.
doing the tender like I'm doing,
No,
Blue
Lord.
Apron. You know what I'm saying?
They dumb it
Or if
down.
you're sick of cooking your own goddamn meals and figuring shit out, you got a Blue Apron.
They make it
Yep.
pretty easy.
You make it easy for you.
Damn straight.
you
Now
go.
put in the code LIARS to get money off. That's-
Like, how do I trust you? Do I believe you? I don't know. It says liars.
Felicia should have sent me the promo code. But yeah, go liars. It's probably like free shipping.
No, I know the code
10%
for
or 20%.
sure.
Yeah. No, that's the lie. But you don't know what you get for it. But you definitely, it's cheaper if you put
yeah,
liars,
liars
in.
in
period.
it. I think
You
it's
get
like
deal.
hooked up with
$30 or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. Something.
You get something to do it.
But
All
if
right.
you don't do it, you're an idiot.
Fuck
You
yeah.
don't
That
get
is true.
nothing. You get zero.
So now we're done with that.
You want to tell us about Tinder? You've been dying, I think, to get that off your chest. And
No,
since
I'm-
Felicia's not here, you'd probably be more than welcome.
What if,
I've been striking out on Grinder lately.
mean,
And I'm
that's
straight.
bad.
So it's just like,
that's
you would
kinda,
think.
Yeah, that's
You would
rough.
think I'm
Sorry.
like chum.
What's your
You-
story on Grinder? I don't suck dick. I don't fuck dudes. I just
No,
suck pussy.
it's
Like,
the
what is
opposite.
it?
It's the opposite of that.
What
I'm
is
like,
it?
I'm down for whatever.
I just
and-
need a place to lay my head down on a
and
cat.
that's where I get lost.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay.
that's where they lose me. Yeah.
Just
That's
companionship and love.
I just need a cat for a pillow, and then like, hey man, this guy ain't sleeping on
Just
my cat.
a cat.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
Uno cat.
Or a couple. You know,
Okay.
Or
All right.
sleep in a pile
They're
like
furry.
puppies.
They're nice. They're nice.
All right. Let's
Okay.
get started.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
How do we go first?
Well, I think that maybe Josh should go first because he has a show up in the belly room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's
Oh.
get it.
So
yeah,
what
we
we'll
gotta
do is
go
you'll
for it.
do one story,
All right.
and then you'll do one story, and then we'll recap and we'll vote.
Sounds
Gotcha.
good. All right. Ready?
You
Yep.
Go for it.
I
Story one.
opened for Mariah Carey.
Shut
and
up.
I was booked through the House of Blues. They saw me at the La Jolla Comedy Store where I started, and they said I came off stage and they go, "Hey, come here." And I was like, "Yeah." Mariah Carey, we work for her, and we're booking her at the San Diego State Open Air Theater, and she wants a white comedian. to open for her.
A white
Only time in the
comedian.
history
power!
of my career that I've ever been white and it's got me a gig.
What,
the first time ever.
In Vegas?
No, it was in San Diego.
I'm calling bullshit already, dude.
So
No.
Mariah Carey wanting a white
Don't
Okay,
get your
hold on.
clit hard yet.
Hold on.
so
Hold on. What
But
age was
I'm
Mariah
smelling
Carey?
some shit.
Was it high energy Mariah
No, it was
Carey
directly
last Christmas?
after-
Stop. What year? What year?
it was directly. I don't know the exact year. I'm serious. It was directly after her
Roundabout.
breakdown.
What album?
I
After
want to say after
Breakout?
Glitter, after her breakdown, after Glitter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so they say to me, show up at this address. We're paying you X amount of dollars. Report.
Which is what?
It was $200 at the time. So low, but I didn't know that I had just
She was
started
having
comedy.
a breakdown.
So I told them, I was like, listen, I had just started comedy like a year ago. The act you saw is my act. You know, I'm not crazy blue, but I'm not really a clean comic. They're like, that's okay. We want you to do 20 minutes. What you did tonight is completely fine.
Okay.
How did they find you? How did you get this gig?
They went to the La
La
Jolla.
Jolla They were just
Oh,
scouting
they
at La
saw-
Jolla and they saw me. So
Great.
I show up to the gig. The road manager meets me at the gate. He says, here's your backstage passes. I brought a friend of mine who was also a comic. He goes, you can go everywhere but Mariah's dressing room.
Yeah,
Of
makes
course.
sense.
Apparently
Of course.
someone has done that
She's like, please
to have
don't
to tell
talk
me
to
that shit.
You
right?
can't watch Mariah take a shit, but everything else is cool.
So I go downstairs and they go, here's the catering. It was all like her people and catering. It was very awkward. I'm very awkward to begin with. It was very uncomfortable for me. And then I'm getting ready to go on and they have this giant couch. I don't know if she's like Gallagher. The couch was massive
Yeah.
on the
Of
stage.
course.
Mhm.
So I'm standing behind the couch waiting to be introduced. They're like, go ahead. They just hand me the mic. And I'm like, so no one introduces me? And they're like, no, you can do it yourself if you want to. So I did it myself. I tried to make my voice not sound like my voice. As I introduce myself, I'm trying to walk out to the stage. The sound guy tackles me, basically, and says, we're not picking up the feed in the booth. He starts making these cricket and monkey sounds in it to try to, and like, okay, here we go.
Okay, racist.
Just started out awful.
White power.
I wasn't saying he was black. I'm saying the sound was a monkey sound.
All
that
right,
are actually
well,
in the
No,
jungle.
Alright.
no, we're not. Please
Oddly
don't have
enough.
my ass, dude. If this goes this way for this episode, we are not doing this.
I'm just saying.
Don't look at me, man.
I'm on a
I
troll
didn't- I'm just
podcast, all
telling-
right? You got that camera guy? Camera guy? Got
I'm
okay.
just telling the story.
Well,
all right?
joke.
You
These
said
are
I have
jokes.
2 to 3 minutes trying to get through the
I'm
story.
sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I'm following the fucking rules. All right. So he goes, here's the mic back. I
Mm-hmm.
run out to the front, and after the awkwardness, I just start bombing. I mean,
Yeah,
Of course.
obviously.
I'm bombing in an amazing way,
I
like
just
an
shit my
epic
pants
bomb.
thinking about it.
You would have
Well, you're-
bombed
yeah.
no matter
I-
what.
No matter
But
what.
I'm
realizing
opening
that
up
now.
for a band or
Yeah.
a celebrity. Like everybody
Totally
has done.
hard.
I've done that myself.
I've
It's
done
awful.
Yeah,
Not
I've
a
done,
huge band.
I've
or
done
nothing,
it
but-
since, and it's gotten better because I'm realizing what I'm in for. But I
Right.
thought it was my big break. I'd been in the game about 9 months.
Of
I thought I was
course.
about to
How
hit it
could-
big.
Fucking Mariah Carey.
I'm gonna
dude.
date her. It's gonna
couldn't
be a
you?
whole thing, you know. I'm believing in the whole cycle, right?
Absolutely.
So then, at insult to injury, the whole front row is slow adults, like mentally handicapped. Can you say that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Retards?
Like, yeah, whatever.
You
Well, yeah,
could
you
say
say it if you want.
retarded idiots that have no purpose. Whatever you want to
Now
say.
it was
I'm sorry, Felicia. Tarded people.
the
Tarded.
bombing got worse as I was looking at them because I could see because they have that dopey smile on their face.
And also, that's the only people you can see because people don't know that when you do stand
It's
up, you
massive.
can only
It's
see
Hey,
the
people
first
that are
3 rows.
retarded don't know
You
they're
can only
retarded.
see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first 3 rows, and then
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't matter how many.
they were my
people have that.
audience, and
Yeah.
just to watch their face crush as I'm doing these like kind of blue jokes in front of them, I bailed about halfway through my time.
How much time were you?
Supposed to 20, I did 9.
See, that's where I don't believe you because I think at least a handful of them would be like,
Well, they were, and that made it worse for me.
Oh.
Like it just made-
Also, here's where I think it's maybe this might be a lie is because Mariah Carey, super duper star,
yeah, huge.
had somebody she's never met do 20.
20 minutes?
Like Bill Burr would do 20 before Mariah Carey
That's
right
true.
now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
And
that's
now
why
he's-
I believe it. Because
I'm not done.
Mariah Carey has been very low energy. If you've noticed her prance around
That's
stage,
interesty you say
not
that.
really singing, kind
That's
of
an interesting
fucking.
then why would she
All right,
ask a
no.
white comedian to open up for her, to
'Cause
liven things up?
Because of white power.
Because she doesn't want.
I'm not
to
going to talk
liven
about my
things up.
story.
She
I have
wants
so many
her
to say
story
now.
to be
because
higher.
you're bringing up such valid
No,
points.
keep going.
Keep going.
So, anyways, to end the story, I bail. They're not happy with me for bailing early, the production people. And
no shit.
Yeah, because she's in there fucking doing her Mariah
sure,
Carey shit.
yeah.
She's still taking a dump.
So I look out about a minute I look out about a minute
golden
later
toilet.
after I'm backstage after I bomb, and they had blown up about 25 beach balls, and they'd kicked them in the audience,
Sure.
and that's what they did, and they were loving it. The audience loved the beach ball. It was
Where was this?
Again,
soul-crushing.
retards.
Again-
Retards.
they were loving
One
it.
more time. Where was this gig at?
San Diego State Open Air Theater. I don't think it's called that anymore, but at the time it was called that. It's
San
still there
Diego
though. It's
The
a 5,000
University of San Diego.
San Diego
State.
State University.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
SDSU. It's still there, I believe. It's about 5,000 seats. She sold it out.
Tomlinson. was
Okay,
the
STD
first
got it.
one.
All right, all right.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not on board with it yet. To be honest with you,
I'll
There's
say
a lot
this:
of-
there's a lot of crazy fucking
A lot
gaps,
of holes. A lot of
gaps,
holes.
and I've done this show a bunch. And then, like, when there's a lot of big gaps, and a lot of people lead with their lie first.
You're
I
not
don't know.
wrong there. You're not wrong there.
I don't know.
I totally
I'm
agree
just
with you on
saying-
that. To get it out of the way, they often do that.
I do believe maybe that part of that is true, but I do believe that that might be the lie first.
Yeah.
Well, coming in from Ken Lofgren online, our buddy that plays weekly with us.
I'm glad he could make it at this time.
Yeah, well,
He owes
he's-
me money. He owes me money.
Me too. He says that
Hashtag
he
me
has
too.
definitely heard this story before, but
Really?
from Mateo Lane, and he also
How is he outing him like that? What a fucking piece of
borrow?
shit.
I've never been where somebody borrowed a story.
You
well, he
don't do
also
that.
added that he's chomping on 200 milligram edibles tonight. So
Oh,
I don't know
fuck.
how reliable anything
Ken,
he says
Jesus.
is, but
All right,
those are his
How?
words.
Yeah. How
get,
can we?
get your shit together, bro?
How can we believe you then? You fucking god damn it.
I kind of believe it, but I don't think it was like Mariah Carey. I feel like it was like
I know Mariah
J.J.
Carey's
Walker?
huge, dude.
Taylor Dane.
I don't know. I can't even think of
Huge.
somebody
Taylor
else.
Dane.
It's like I don't know. Yeah.
Mariah Carey's pretty
Sade.
huge,
Sade.
but it could be. It could
Yeah.
be. It could
The
be.
biggest forehead in all of R&B.
What's
So
music.
hot, though. I'm sorry.
Who's the
T-Bone.
one that
She
did
was hot,
the
so
song "Wrecking Ball"?
Mariah Carey.
Miley Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a
Nah,
The other
nah,
MC.
nah. No, she was
I
making
always
too much
picture
money.
of the.
Nah, this is more like Sheila E.
Oh God.
Paula Abdul, right? Just get it over.
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Maybe. Paula Abdul's
Paula
pretty big.
Kareem Abdul.
Okay.
Jabbar.
The porn version.
You can finish
All right.
it if you want.
That was a good. That was a good opening story.
Great.
yeah.
Aim to
I,
please.
I would like. I mean,
I'm
it's
pretty
One of
confused.
four, and I give that one. I automatically lean towards that was the lie.
I do
We'll
too.
see. We'll
Oh,
see.
yeah, yeah.
I got to hear his
I
other
agree.
story about.
I absolutely agree.
What about
I
Zosi's?
kind of almost agree that's almost a lie.
Zosi's
but
story
just
one.
because the Mariah Carey story.
I
'cause-
know.
but at the same time, she's kind of lazy lately. But at the glitter time, maybe not so much.
She's getting older. I mean, fuck, dude. What do you guys expect?
Yo,
When
she's
I was in
got black
college-
guys
when I was
carrying
in
her,
college-
white power. We've got guys carrying her around and shit. I'm like, come on.
When I was in
Sounds like a
college, I had a
dream.
poster of Mariah Carey in my
love her.
goddamn
I
dorm
love
room.
So hot. Yeah.
Loved her.
That fucking Vision of Love. her
98,
first album.
99,
Yep.
94,
I
95.
had
Ooh,
that.
I used to
I had
try
a
to sing
poster
like
of
her
her.
all
Oh.
the time.
Yeah, so did I. So did everybody. She was the smoke shows,
Yeah.
and then she went Michael Jackson.
I loved
crazy.
her.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
she got huge, dude. I
Oh.
mean, I think that does it to you.
In both ways, but yeah,
They go crazy. Yeah.
She had twins.
Makes sense.
Anyway, let's move on to Rose's
All right.
first story.
Well,
Zop's one.
this is a story of my youth. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I would spend a lot of time at my cousins' houses, and we're foreigners, so we would spend a lot of time over there on Sundays specifically.
family's big.
Family's huge.
Yep.
So, but they would
Albanians
also
like
leave us.
Italians, right? So
Yeah.
they're very
Yeah,
They would
cultural.
leave us
Albanians.
alone.
Yeah,
We didn't
Albanians.
have internet at the time. We'd go over there alone a lot, and like my older cousin, his name's Gensi. He was like probably 14 or 15 years old. I'm probably like 8 years old at this time.
Gensi, like the knives?
I don't know the knives.
Ginsu.
Gensi.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
Ginsu.
Albanian, I know.
That's how they say
Anyway,
it.
it's a bunch of us cousins. We're all home alone, all of us kids, right? Including 2 in diapers. There's my little brother and my little baby cousin Timmy, all in diapers, right? And I've never seen Mary Poppins in my entire life. I watch Mary Poppins, and I'm already retarded. I think everything's magic, right? Already think I could fly.
What age are you?
Probably like 8 or 9,
Okay.
somewhere around there, like third grade, maybe
Yeah,
something like that. So my cousin has a ladder going up to the roof, and I was like, "Oh my God, do you guys want to see something fucking awesome?"
Oh, no.
And they're like,
Oh, no.
"Yeah, what are you gonna show us?" So I
It
was
doesn't
like,
involve an umbrella, does it?
"It does involve umbrella.
Fuck.
Don't worry, it's only 1-story house, right? Ranch style house. Don't worry." So I get on that motherfucking roof, and I was like, I got a surprise for you guys. I've convinced my older brother and my older cousin to go
You're on
up there.
PCP.
Meanwhile, I have my little brother who's in diapers. And
My
little baby
17-year-old
cousin.
boyfriend.
And you know my cousin Dafina. She's there as well. She's not allowed on the roof at this point, though.
Really? Oh,
Not
I
allowed
love
on the roof.
Defina, yeah.
I'm allowed on the roof because I take the umbrella with me, and I'm telling them I'm going to show them magic. By the way, I 100% believe I can fly. No lie, because I'm fucking retarded. Okay.
Hey, stop.
She's R. Kelly in this bitch.
Here's a cut. Yeah. I believe I can fly. Cut that into the video.
I know, right?
And we're back. Go.
So he has a ladder because they were doing some kind of work on the house. I don't quite remember. I'm 8 years old. But anyway, we're climbing the ladder. We're getting on the roof. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is fucking awesome. And I see my little brother and my baby cousin, Timmy, there. And I see Dafina there. And they're all, like, cheering me on. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I pop that fucking umbrella open. No parents at the house right now, right? They left in their little van.
Sure.
I don't know if it's an Astro van or whatever the fuck they were called.
To do what?
I have no idea.
I do have a question. So if you had your name is Rozafa,
Yeah.
your cousin was Ginseng,
Ginsey.
and then
Blue Apron.
Yeah.
Your cousin
Woo!
took
Shout
ginseng.
out!
Your
Yeah.
cousin took
Yeah, yeah.
ginseng.
Yeah.
and then what was the last one? There's Timmy.
Timmy. His
Yeah.
name is actually Kushtimi. His
Thank you. That
short
makes me feel
Albanian
better.
name is Timmy.
Yeah, I was
Timmy.
like,
Timmy
how
had
is
three.
he Timmy?
Timmy
and everybody
had-
else has these.
And my older brother is there as well. So we're
What's
all
his name?
Visar.
See.
So
Okay,
we're
now I feel
all on
better.
the rooftop at this point, us three on the rooftop. And my older cousin is supposed to be watching us, right?
Yeah.
So our parents leave. I'm assuming they're either at the restaurant eating and they just left us home like, hey, make sure everybody's all right. Don't
Talk
kill each
slower.
other.
I'm about to beat off.
Right? So this is my life when I was a kid. And I get on the roof, I take the umbrella, and I'm like, hey, watch this. And I just like pop the umbrella open and I jump off the fucking roof.
Oh,
I fly
my
for maybe a
God.
split second. Maybe a split second.
Oh, you fly if you jump.
Oh, bitch. This fucking thing came right open. It came right open, and I fucking land to my death. Not my death. I'm still alive. But while that's happening, my parents pull up in the van,
Oh, you're fucked.
and my mom is just screaming out, "Oh my God!" Runs out of the fucking house, out of the fucking van, and you know what she does to me?
What?
Smacks me right
Yeah,
in the
you
fucking face.
Just saw you're alive, you get hit.
You dumb motherfucker. She says this in Albanian. Ta thoj krojen. I'm gonna break your fucking head. And she smacks.
How do
the
you say
shit
that
out of me.
again?
Ta thoj krojen.
Write that
Take
down.
clean.
Write that down.
Ta thoj krojen.
Ta thoj
Smacks
krojen.
me in the fucking head, and miraculously, I didn't break a motherfucking limb.
You're nimble, whatever. Limber
Wow.
and nimble.
Nothing.
All in
Nothing.
one, limble.
You're lucky.
My little brother, and my cousin were like, yeah, like these are babies in diapers. I'm thinking about this when I'm older, and I'm like, wow.
Insanity.
That's crazy. Why would they leave us alone? And by the way, my older cousin got his ass kicked by his dad. He's like, oh, I can't believe you guys got on the roof, blah, blah, blah. But as a kid, getting on the roof is the funnest thing you could
best.
ever
Yep.
do.
My-
Kill
I
yourself
remember,
is the
I
best.
remember
Like,
my
no,
sister.
No, I agree. Yeah.
You have nothing else to do. You get on the
Yeah.
fucking roof.
My
We used to go
sister
up there and-
is a year and a half younger, and
Yeah.
I got on the roof first, and then she learned how to get on the roof,
Yeah.
and then she fell off the roof, first floor, so
Yeah.
it's no big deal, and then landed in this like pricker bush or rose
Oh
thing,
my God.
and then like they had to take
Fucked
all
yourself
these
up.
things
like,
out of her.
Jesus
So
Christ.
there is some truth to that because
Yeah.
I did see my sister do that.
And
But-
I used to go up there with my friend, and we would just play cards on the roof.
Right? Yeah. I
just
don't know why it
'cause.
was fun.
You had a poker
Called
game
ghetto.
going on the roof.
The
And
most
then-
ghetto thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
No
So
shit.
fun.
She's like, hey man,
Poker chips
hey,
on the
yeah,
roof.
yeah, yeah.
And then when I was a
$20
teenager,
$20 Annie, and bring your own ladder.
we
BYOL.
get up there and smoke cigarettes and
Oh, yeah.
tan and shit like that. Like the roof was like everything when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
And like I was
Sure.
allowed to get on there because I was like, I'll do some crazy shit.
Anywhere you
Fucking
can get
watch
away
it,
from
motherfuckers.
adults.
You ready for this or what?
See,
Like,
Rose is crazy
Yeah.
too. I feel like I'm leaning toward I like believe this.
I mean, if I had to vote now,
Yeah.
lie truth, but we'll see
That's
how
where
it
I'm
goes.
at this
Mhm.
moment.
What are your
I felt that
thoughts?
she was kind of maybe defending herself too much without even being provoked in that.
But that's
Yeah.
Rose. That's
I
Rose.
Like you're a DA
She's
in
been defending
Florida
herself
right
her
now.
whole life.
Florida, that's
What's
how
the
she
internet
talks.
saying about Rose's story?
Ken Lofgren's just excited that she's here. He also says he doesn't owe you money. He paid your bag of bets. And Travis wants to know, did you live in a shed or what was the type of house that you lived in?
I didn't
you're
live in a
Albanian.
shed.
Oh,
This is my uncle's
racist.
house. He lived in an actual house, but they had some shit. I don't know why they
She
had a
lived
ladder
in an
there.
escape room.
Yeah, I made it out, guys. I feel like I'm
Did you,
still in the
bitch?
escape room, to be quite
Did
honest.
you,
Yeah,
bitch?
pop right there. Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, it's good to pull something from your youth.
That's a good first
Yeah.
story.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
because we could all relate to it, and that's the good part. I mean,
Fucking
we could
Mary
all-
Poppins, man.
Yeah.
And we all thought we were magical. You know what I mean? Like kids are okay. So I meet kids now, and they're so much smarter because they have the internet.
Oh.
We didn't have that shit, right?
Oh.
No,
You're
yeah.
like, oh,
Way
you're gonna
better.
tell me to read a book, bitch? Go fuck yourself. I'm gonna go outside and not come back inside. I
Hell
just take
yeah.
shits outside so I wouldn't have to come inside.
Wow.
No lie.
I still
No,
do
I
that
believe you.
to this
The
moment. I
Albanian.
still do that to this moment.
Because my mom
not
would
called
make me
homeless, all
vacuum
right? It's
or like
choice.
clean leaves off and
Right.
shit. I'm like, I don't want to
I'm
go
just
back
gonna
inside.
go and stay
It's a
gone.
lifestyle.
I'm gonna stay out.
It's a
Yeah, stay
lifestyle.
out, bitch.
It's alt life.
In or out? No problem. I'm out, bitch. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
how it was.
Fuck.
I believe it.
Ugh.
I'm leaning toward true on that. I am.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
I'm not leaning anyway, but
Just wait
like
till
if
you
I
hear my
had to
second
vote right
story,
now,
bitch.
if like there was an earthquake and then like the show ended and I
Yeah.
had to quickly vote, true lie, but we'll see.
How you leaning in there, Kyle?
You say true lie?
I would say your shit was true, and you know, you had a lot, but you had much more attention to detail, and then you had a lot.
I got
of
interrupted
vague
quite a
things.
bit though, just to let you know.
I understand
did,
that.
I'm
you
a
did.
proper
I do understand
storyteller.
that.
That's what
I
we
But
do.
you
Brother.
also started
Brother, I get
first.
it.
Hey.
You also
Hey.
started first.
I did.
Though.
I was
100%
respectful
get
of the
you.
story.
Respect and 100% get
It's
that.
tough. It's tough.
Let's hear what do you think, Kyle?
I definitely agree with you guys. I think the first one sounds like a lie so far. I think Rosa's story is true just because, I mean, that's a lot of Albanian to make up. So I'm definitely leaning that one's true.
But I will say this, you know, I don't know you very well yet, and
No.
I've known you for a very long time. Pathological liar.
Hey,
And,
by the way,
and seems like a decent guy. Seems like a decent guy.
Hey,
Seems
by
like
the
a
way-
decent guy.
Appreciate that.
that's why I'm not telling any of my drug stories, motherfucker, because I know you too well. And she's like, Felicia's
I was
not
there
gonna
for
be
all
here.
of
It's gonna be Jason. I was like, everything's over.
I was there for all
Cancel
of
the show.
I was at
Cancel
every
it.
one of your drug stories. I was there.
I couldn't tell any of those stories. I have to go back to my childhood.
You gave me
That's right.
post-dated checks.
I forgot because at the bar she told me she used to lie all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
She's a
She
pro.
told me.
By the way, still do. I ain't gonna stop lying, motherfuckers.
The first-
So you fucking figure it out. Okay, you guys figure it out.
That's
The
good.
first 3 years I knew her, she told me she was a doctor.
I told people I was a virgin, I was Muslim, and then I told other people I had 5 children, and they all believed me. By the way, every single one of these dumb motherfuckers believe me.
You
It's
work in a
hilarious.
bar at times, don't you?
I do.
And you're pretty. A lot of drunk people want to believe shit.
No, this was
Are you just
comics
that good?
worked here
Oh,
like
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago. They were like,
Wow.
what?
Eddie Murphy.
Damn.
Eddie Murphy still thinks that she delivers babies. I don't know why.
Oh, what, I
that's,
told him that?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
come
kidding.
on. You got me hot and bothered and shit.
We'll be right back right after this break.
All right, Blue Apron. All
Guys,
right.
go to Blue Apron. Nothing says
What's under that Blue Apron, though?
Oh.
a goddamn good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A goddamn
Is there
good
a
deal
good steak or
from this
sausage under there?
podcast.
'Cause I will
A goddamn
eat it.
good
I
deal
will
from
eat it
this
right up.
podcast.
I am starving.
Oh, all right. I love this chaotic show already. It's great. I do love it. This is fun. Let's go ahead though and
Story 2.
Yeah, let's hear from
Well,
Josh.
Oh,
fucking if
I
these
had
are
a-
watering.
Let's
Let's
He's
try
w-
not to interrupt Josh. He has a process.
No, Josh is watering
it.
up for the truth.
a
Want me to
true
do
artist.
He's
it?
hydrating for the truth.
You said your email was very specific and detailed. I came in with my A game for you because
Right.
I'm new to the game in this room. So, what is that?
And can I?
GHP.
And she's. Is that right?
all right.
Pineapple. It's good. It's good.
So I had a girl in my apartment, and my ex and I had broken up. We had broken up.
What
Fuck
year
that
is this?
bitch.
What year is this in your life?
2005.
Okay. all right.
So we'd broken up.
And you're living whereabouts?
I'm living in North County, California, which is San Diego, so north of
Oh yeah,
La
okay,
Jolla.
yeah,
Okay.
mhm.
So
La Jolla neck of the woods.
So this woman and I are in my apartment having sex. My ex and I are still
Gross.
kind of seeing each other on and off. Nothing specific, just every now and again, like a reboot of
hookup
some
or whatever.
emotions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
But we were
in
not together.
transition.
Transition. Correct. I like that
Mhm.
word. We were not together, and my phone is going off This is after the first round of sex earlier in the night, and it's her. I'm
Fuck
like,
one.
I'm just gonna fuck one.
Fuck session 1.
Fuck session 1 in the
Yeah.
books, and I don't answer it obviously because
course.
why would I answer it?
You're tired from the fuck session.
You know, I can't talk. She worked my tongue. I can't talk. I can't do anything. God damn it. So she then calls again about an hour and a half later after fuck session 2.
This is your
Of course
ex.
she does.
Is this your ex, right?
My ex.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Good on you for going 2 rounds.
Yeah. So
I already believe this story more than the first one.
Was
Because
it Black
this-
Rhino?
This resonates
Black
with
Rhino?
me. This resonates with me. Oh, don't even talk to me
How
about
drunk
that.
were you, and was it Black Rhino?
what's Black Rhino?
No. Oh,
They're
shit.
gas
Those-
station
oh,
dick
yeah,
pills.
Yeah. Yep.
They give you
Yeah.
heart
Oh.
attacks.
No,
and
no.
shit.
I know. That I
What?
don't have an issue.
Are
Ah,
you a-
come on, dude.
Are
No,
you
I'm
a
all right.
2-round man?
I'm a multi-round man, but I believe I would describe myself as a sexual deviant.
He's more of a
But-
three-wire kind of guy.
I
Anyway,
was.
come on, let's go.
I identify as a sex addict.
It's
So
not-
yeah,
yeah.
I identify as a sex addict.
Same,
So I
same,
went.
same. Yep.
So I'm a sex addict. I went twice.
Oh, you guys like to fuck?
No, I'm just.
No.
You guys are like, yeah,
No,
I'm
no.
such
And you lose
addict,
jobs
but-
and you lose funds and you're
yeah, go
almost
2 rounds.
No
Ship it,
problem.
Rose.
Hey,
We have
every
seen-
girl can go minimum 10 rounds. And every guy's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
2, maybe.
And now
I'm a
there's-
sex addict. No, you're
I was not
bitch.
debating you guys
You
saying.
ain't
I
shit.
said I went twice.
And
I
now-
wasn't bragging.
And now
It's part of the story. It's
and
intricate
now it's
details.
7-Eleven. There's pills. Why do you call us out on Black Rhinos when we're like, yeah,
Just having a conversation.
now there's pills that can make us, yeah, you're bragging. You can go 10
Yeah.
rounds. And now
Because
we're,
those pills suck because you don't even come. You're just a fucking zombie with a dick.
want me
So
to prove
far
it?
we're-
Want me to
retarded.
prove it? No.
We're crushing,
we'll be
not
right back
interrupting
right after
Josh.
this
We're
break.
doing great.
Hey, Blue
Black
Apron,
Rhino
thanks
sponsors.
a lot for the steaks and the sausages. You gave us a lot of protein. It was great. All right, sorry.
So-
sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
I after the phone calls, about 3 phone calls in a row after fuck session 2. 20
So
minutes.
you're with this other girl.
I am.
And then
And
you're-
she hears
You're
her-
not answering.
I'm already
I'm not
mad for
answering.
the other
your
girl. by
main
the
girl
way.
is
I can't
calling.
even-
Yeah, see, that's what's happening. You got to remove your emotional
I'm
attachment.
removing.
So the girl is like, "Who's that?" And I got, "It's my ex. We're not. She knew we weren't together. It wasn't the first
Right.
time her and I had been together."
You're being
Uh,
honest. That's good.
20
Mhm.
minutes in, there is a loud bang on the door. Numerous loud
This is your
bangs
place?
on the door. My place.
Oh God.
So my
Does
place
she have
then-
a drawer?
no, nothing. Nothing's there of hers anymore. It's over. So it's a gated community I live in, and she jumped the gate to get to my door.
Oh, boy.
So I say to this woman, I said, you should go wait in the closet. She's very irate. I just don't want you to, I don't want you to have it's not, this is
Wait in the
not
closet?
this is not your
Oh.
fault. Like going,
You told her to wait in the closet.
I said, I don't want you to have to deal with her. This is nothing you've done wrong. You can meet her if you want, but I don't think it's gonna be the best circumstances. That's what I said. And I don't want it to break out into like some kind of
Were you
argument.
in
It's
a
no one's
studio?
fault.
What's
No,
the
no, I was in a house.
ethnicity of this other girl? I want to know.
So why did she need to
Italian
go
white
in the,
girl.
Why did she need to go in the closet if you're
She
in a
went into
house?
my
I
roommate's
do-
room into the closet.
I legit hear what
I put her in the roommate's room. She went to the closet on her own.
Okay. all
Makes
right.
mad
All right.
sense to me as a man.
I'm not gonna put her. I have another roommate who's home.
Yep.
He's freaking out. He knows my ex.
Yep.
He's freaking out. So I'm
Okay.
like, listen, I'm gonna put you in my roommate's room, who was not home, the other one.
Mhm.
Let me just go out and settle like what's
this
going
is
on.
an Italian white girl. She didn't go outside and beat her ass.
She's
Oh,
got a
good
white girl.
question. Good question. What's her race and what's her
My ex is
ethnicity?
black. I don't know if
So-
that has anything to do with it.
No.
Oh,
The
the
girl-
black girl didn't go out and beat her fucking
No,
ass.
No, you're not hearing the story. The black
Oh.
girl's banging on the door ready to kick it in.
Oh.
That's the black
exactly.
girl.
Okay.
This
All
is a
right.
true story.
Okay.
So
So
I open the door, and I really still love this woman, but I'm like, what am I gonna do here?
Sure.
She's like, is there a girl up there? And I just start going,
Get emotional.
this
right
is
now.
none of your business. Anything that's happening here, we are not together. This is insane.
Mm.
You do not have the
Wire
right to
hair.
break down my
And you're
door.
right. Boundaries.
And she starts throwing in moments of our relationship. I was there when your grandfather died, and I was like, all right.
You're
And I'm a young man, so I'm not well versed in bullshit at that moment, right? So I
Right.
go, listen, how about I take you upstairs, and I'll let you look around, but then you got to go. So
You let her look around.
I let her look around my room. And she's like, I could smell the bitch. I could smell the bitch.
Dude,
Yeah.
what are you?
I can smell her
I am
pussy. I can smell her
20
white ass pussy.
3 years old. So
I was raised by lesbians, and that's everyone knows that. I was raised by nobody smells pussy better than women.
I'm not. I
This
don't
story
doubt you.
is true.
Yeah.
So I said.
Especially if it's not yours.
So I said this.
It's
You're like,
never,
Now
that
you
bitch got
gotta go.
bacterial vaginosis, bitch.
it's never ours.
Slut.
I go, now you gotta go. She goes, I want to stay. I go, are you
fuck.
kidding me? You've done you caused all this drama. We already got one complaint because she'd hopped my gate before from the HOA.
Oh my
It's
God.
the second time you hop the gate. We're gonna get dinged. You got to get out of here. You're insane. Until you calm down, we can't talk. So she leaves. I find this woman she's very drunk. This other woman after the fact. We got we're partying. Anyways, she's crying. This other woman.
In the
I'm
closet.
like, yeah, it's like the worst night ever. So I'm like, I'm glad we fucked twice already. Because I think it might have killed the
crying
vibe.
in the closet. But
She's
I'm
like in
out. I'm out. I like dick. I'm crying.
Fetal position.
Crying in the Closet is a great comedy album name. Crying in the Closet.
So I go, get up, all right? I go, listen, she's not going to do anything, but it's a drama that neither one of us need. You can stay here if you feel safer, but if you feel safer leaving, because I honestly don't know if she's going to come back. I honestly, at this moment, I have no idea what she's capable of. So she decides to leave, and she waits about an hour to
The
leave.
ex-girlfriend, right?
No, this is the white girl. She's
The ex-girlfriend's gone at this point.
we think. So she
You
gets in the
think?
car, and my ex is there and drives towards her, and it becomes this thing where I have to separate her from the car. It was the most white trash moment in the history of my life. That's my story.
She did not hurt her, did she?
No, I was there to make sure that would not
Okay.
happen.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
She
Okay.
drove towards her.
Drove towards her, stopped, got out, was going to start to say
Okay.
some shit.
So how did your ex get out? She stayed for an hour, you're
Well,
saying?
so no. So my ex had left in the moment we had the conversation after she looked over the house and saw no one there.
She didn't look in the closets?
She looked in my closet, but she
Dumb
was not
bitch.
there.
What a dumb bitch.
And I was said to
Alright.
her, my other roommate was asleep. You can't. I said, yeah, my other roommate's asleep. You can't go in his room.
Okay.
And she was sane enough to not do that.
Okay.
And I go,
Well,
and
I
Jared,
wouldn't-
and then the other roommate was
how
out
long were you with the first girl that?
about on and on. A full year and change, and then for 2
Oh,
years, a
that's
total
lot of
2
fucks.
years.
Lot of fucks.
We
Oh,
were
that's
together.
a lot of fucks.
No, I'm talking about my ex. I was with her for a while. This new girl I'd only been with once before this. This is our second hangout.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm talking about the other one.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
my
So
question.
the other girl hung out for about an hour to clear the way for my ex to get out of there. And then she goes back to get her car, and she's outside the gate. Because if you're in, you can get out. She probably just hopped her way
Right.
out and was parked on the side.
100%. 100%.
So that's how it happened.
100% know my answers with you. What about you, Zossies? What's your second fucking bullshit story?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do
You
we have
got
any-
you got questions?
Wait, do we have anything online?
No, Ken Lofgren's going second story true. In A13 VJ says obviously. So
I agree.
that's what they're going with.
All right. Kyle, do you have anything?
No, man, I agree. I concur with that. That story sounds way more. It's got a lot more detail.
Yeah.
More emotion?
Yeah, there's more
Yeah.
emotion behind
Mhm.
it. I feel like that one's definitely true.
For names were mentioned. I feel like whatever. We'll vote
I
later.
don't know. It's very confusing to me. I think maybe
I thought your
Can you
story
can
was
you
true,
can you
by the way.
describe more of that end standoff? I feel like we brushed
Yeah,
off that
I think
ending
you're right.
standoff.
It
really
was-
quick.
yeah, I
So
feel like that will be
Good
the
point.
deal
Good point.
breaker.
Great point. Great point.
I walked the girl out because she was like, "Can you walk me out? Because I'm scared, obviously, that your ex is waiting." And then I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And as I get out there, I see her vehicle. I recognize her vehicle, my ex,
Of course.
and she kind of does the
What's she
headlights
driving?
on. She's driving a Jeep Cherokee, and
Black
an
girl?
old one, black girl, an old one. Yeah.
Of course.
She was raised by
It's
white
a
people.
Jeep Cherokee.
Wait, so
Murdered
What
out.
color? What
So the-
color?
the
What were the
Cherokee-
Like a
rims?
maroon,
What
a
rims?
burgundy,
What rims
very,
did she have?
Patina,
Cherokee
very patinaed,
Is
very
the
old.
Cherokee outside the gate?
Yes, it's on the side where it's public to park.
I will say in high school I had a 97 Honda Civic with rims.
Yeah, she was very
And-
young. She was very young.
You
yeah.
fuck black guys. But
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
yeah, that is your preference, right?
I had a Renault Encore with had two front rims and the other ones were on layaway. But we're good. We'll be right back.
So
right after
she
this
so
break.
she gets out. So she's on the other side of the
and
gate.
she drives towards where because I'm walking the girl to her car. She's not in her car yet. We're at her front door or her driver's side door. The car is parked across the
the
across
other
the street.
girl is also parked outside.
Yeah,
the
it's
gate.
where everyone parks
Oh,
because
gotcha.
I can't let them in the gated community if they don't have a permit.
Gotcha.
Ooh la la.
Sounds about what? Excuse me. Okay.
HOA does not play around, especially
No.
in North County, San Diego. They're not fucking around.
Okay.
North County.
All right. Well, let's move on. That was very emotional.
Thank
I
you.
felt it. I really did.
Trained actor. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Rose, what's your
So confused. I feel like the second story is a lie.
Yeah, what's your second story?
Wow,
though?
All right.
wow, I go the other way. Actually.
So, second story again from my youth. Spent a lot of time with my family, especially my cousin Defina and my uncles. Every summer I would go there. So when I lived in New York, every summer I
Good
would
strategy
go.
to put the same people in the second story. You know what I mean?
Hey, fuck you guys.
It's a good move.
All right, this is my life you're talking about. So when I was younger, every summer when I lived in New York, we'd go to Illinois for the summer. We'd go to my
Whereabouts?
Uncle Tori's house, Newark, Illinois.
All right.
And so my mom was very strict on us, and I remember we were growing up in the city. We were in Brooklyn, so we never went to the park by ourselves. And I remember my aunt, Defina's mom, was like, "No, it's okay. They can go to park by themselves." And my mom was like, I don't know. My aunt's like, just there's like 2 people out there. It's fine. They can go to the park by themselves. We went to the park. I'm 5 or 6 years old. Maybe younger. I don't even know. So we all go out there, and there's a playground, and I noticed corn, and I've never seen corn growing in my life, right?
Ooh, wait a
It's a
minute.
cornfield.
Stop it right now.
What?
What? You're what age?
5 or 6. I
Okay,
gotta be
okay.
like in kindergarten,
Nah,
first grade,
You're good.
right?
Fine. Go ahead.
So
If you'd have been like 14, I've been like, bitch, get out of
No.
here.
Well, what if she had never left the city? You don't know that you've never seen corn
I've
growing.
never left the city. No, at this point, never left the city. Never left the city.
You're good.
So I'm like 5 or 6 years old. We go down there.
If you
and
just
I'm
said
like,
27, I'd have shit my pants.
So I'm like, wow, okay. So we're playing at the park and stuff like that. And like, we love each other. We're just like, yeah, fuck yeah. You know, like there's a bunch of us. Albanians, we fuck a lot. They have a lot of fucking cousins playing together.
Hang on
having
one
fun.
second. Can we stop this? Meet more Albanians. All right, go ahead. Okay.
So I noticed there's like a fence, like those little not barbed wire fence. I don't know what they're called. The gray regular fence, you know, the cheapy fences.
Chain link.
And there's
All right.
and then there's like corn there, right? So in my brain, my dumb fucking brain as a kid, I'm like,
You're like, it's a dildo farm.
I love corn and the cob. Sorry, I'm drug. I can't eat any carbs. I'm so hungry right now. Anyway, so there's corn there, and I'm like, what if I just grabbed some corn and brought it home for my mom to cook, right? My mom and my aunties to cook, right?
This is obviously wild corn.
Wild corn. No, it's actually agricultural corn.
Property
It's
of
like-
somebody.
But as a kid
Yeah.
at 5, you're like, this is wild corn.
sure.
I can grab it.
So we cross over this fence,
giving tree.
and by the way, it's
It's a
so
giving
hard to pull out of the fucking ground because the corn is huge.
Oh,
it's
the
like
stalks
bigger
are
than
like
me.
7 feet
don't-
tall.
Way bigger than me.
Wait a
I
minute.
dream shit.
You're trying to pull out the whole plant?
Bitch, I was trying to pull up the whole plant. By the way, success. Cut my fucking
strength of an
hands. I remember
Albanian.
My hands were fucking like bleeding.
Strength
I
of
was just
an
like, and then I figured
Very
out, I'm
funny.
like, oh, I just popped the corn off, right? I was trying to pull the whole thing out from the ground, and I remember I was just like sweating. I was like, yeah, this is really hard. And I'm just pulling it out. So I get like a few, maybe like 4 after like probably 5 hours. That's what it felt like as a kid. I don't know. I climbed this fence, and I'm wearing this flower dress. I remember
Samesies.
it was my favorite, and I was like, I like being really girly because I grew up with boys. So I was like, this is me. I'm the girl. You guys respect me. I'm the princess. That was my attitude.
Yeah.
So I climbed over. I had the corn in my hand, and I remember there was this huge rock there, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going down. I fucking went down. I fucking hit my head on the rock. I hit my fucking elbow, and I immediately pissed my pants. When I say pants, I'm saying my dress. I pissed my dress.
Her best dress.
And everything was spinning. All the kids' heads were like, are you okay? They were all just like, I had a concussion is what was happening, right? So I saw lights
So you
like
can
this.
fly off the roof with no problem.
Girl,
like-
But corn is your nemesis.
I'm telling you.
You can flag
I
Mary
saw
Poppins,
lights.
but the fucking
I saw
corn,
lights.
man.
And my arm, I couldn't move my arm. And I remember my cousin I was like, I can't move. And they're like, okay, I'm going to go get my older cousins. So my older cousins were like probably in their teens at the time. And I remember Ari picked me up, and he was like, why are you so wet? And I was like, I fell in a puddle. And I was like, I really fucking pissed my pants, right? And he's like, are you sure? Because it smells. So I was like, no, I fell in a puddle. And I got home, and I remember my mom was like, what the fuck happened? I told this bitch not to let you guys go play by yourselves, right?
Right.
And I was like, no, it's fine. I'm like, but my arm hurts. Okay. So my aunt's doing this voodoo shit, right? She's like twisting my arm. And I'm like screaming. And finally, my older cousin, Imran, was like, Mom, that's her mom. She's talking to my aunt. She's like, her arm is broken. Stop doing that. And I had to wait 2 more days until I got onto an airplane as a child. I'm probably 5 or 6 years old. And then finally they did x-rays, and I was casted all the way up to my fucking arm for like 6 months. I remember all the fucking
damn.
signatures.
You must have
and
really
shit.
broke your arm then. You must have broke the shit out of it.
The fuck out of my arm. It was actually my left arm that I broke.
Oh.
And it was so bad. It was so fucking bad. And it just amazes me that they left me there for a few days, like in my own pain, because
Rub
they
some
didn't
dirt on
believe
it.
me. Because at that time, they're like, we don't believe kids. Kids are all dumb fucks, right? So they just thought I was a dumb fuck, and I thought I was a dumb fuck. So I just believed them, and I just
And you
sat
lived.
there.
Good for you.
No,
Shit.
you know
Thank
what?
your family.
I fucking lived. I lived, but
I'm
I do
with
get a
you.
little pain when the rain starts raining
Because-
or the weather changes. My arm hurts a little bit.
Right. I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
I was watching Russell Peters' special today, and he talked
Yeah.
about his nose and how
Yeah.
he could only breathe out of one side at one
Same.
particular
Did he
time.
break it
And
or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he didn't know it. And
Yeah.
now I'm thinking, I was like, I have the same thing. And
Coke?
You probably didn't know it.
my
the
nephew
old
had
candy.
popped my nose when I was
Yeah.
younger, and it bled everywhere, but we thought it was fine.
Yeah.
And I bet that's what the fuck's
No.
going on with me.
My auntie was going like this. She's like
Oh man, that shit did
like
not
that,
work.
like trying to like get like I'm wearing the evil eye right now.
The
She's
Maloika.
like doing this.
The Maloika.
The Malaika. She's like, the Malaika, gone, right? And finally her daughter was like, Mom. Her daughter was a teenager at this time. Oh my God. And she was like, Mom, I was crying so hard. Like it hurts. I just still remember this pain. It was so painful. I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
Please
We
make it
have-
stop.
That's a great story.
I have a question.
He's got to run along, though, so let's do the recap real quick for him.
Okay, sure.
What's the question, real quick?
Real quick for Rose. You had mentioned, and I really believed your second story the most,
Okay.
but then you kept going with your right arm. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm actually right-handed.
Okay. So you kept telling that story with your right hand. You broke this and this.
'Cause I'm
and then you
right-handed.
said it's your left.
It was my left, which is weird.
Yeah, but she was 5. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't trust 5-year-olds.
I don't trust 5-year-olds either.
Because he has to go, let's
Yep,
go ahead and
let's
do
go, let's go.
the recap for Josh.
All right, Josh's first story. He got booked through the House of Blues to open for post-breakdown Mariah Carey because she loves white comedians for $200 a piece. And he's told,
I agree with that.
400, I believe it was.
I agree
200.
with that. I think that's a true story.
He gets told not to go to Mimi's dressing room, and he doesn't, despite being very awkward.
Mimi.
But then he gets told to go on with no intro, but gets tackled by a stagehand or cricket monkey person, then goes on and bombs big time.
Big time.
Story 2, he and his ex broke up in 2005 in the La Jolla area, but he starts banging this random girl because he's transitioning. His ex calls between between at least 3 rounds of sex because he's a sex addict, and he
Believe that too. Believe that too.
he ignores the calls. But 20 minutes later, there's a rap at the door, and lo and behold, it's his gate hopping psycho ex girlfriend. So he tells the home
Who's
wrecking
black?
girl, she is black. I didn't want to say that.
Making hop gates.
So
Just saying.
So he tells the homewrecker girl to hide so he doesn't get murdered by the cuckoo crazy girl. He lets her go in the closet, but he's still in love with the other girl, lets her inside. She starts hunting for the side piece and doesn't find her, so he kicks the side piece out, and the crazy ex almost runs her down, but the girl gets away.
Very, very well done.
A lot of details in that
Some
second
liberties
story.
were taken, but very well done.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Wow.
I
Yes.
feel like the first story is true with you, and the second story is a lie.
So you think the girlfriend is a lie?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
I
Damn.
don't know why, but I'm going with my instincts right now.
What about you?
I think Mariah is a lie.
So do I.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
too, I think.
What about you?
I'm going Mariah's a lie.
Okay.
Anybody in the booth got a dog in this fight?
More like Mariah Carey. I'm going,
Very
I'm
confident
going-
young man in the booth.
yeah, I'm going the second story being true.
I think so, too. I
It's
think-
just such a rich tapestry out of Gossip Girl. I got to go with it.
Right.
And there was so many more details about the girlfriend and the
Right.
and the animosity,
Yep.
and then the Mariah thing. I think there's truth to the Mariah thing, but I think that was a kind of true story that got fabricated, and I think the other shit is like something you told to a therapist.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
What about online?
I think maybe not Mariah. I think maybe somebody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or it could be somebody
It's a
else's story,
keeper,
like
yeah.
maybe Ken Lofgren thought. And I think he is going first line as well, Ken Lofgren online.
okay.
Somebody else chimed in and said that's false. I don't know what story they were going with, probably the second one, because it's about the time they said it. So
Okay.
looks like
Want
a
to
split.
do a reveal in case he has to leave? Or?
Yeah. He's got to go. So let's go ahead and we all voted. We're good.
But you think
Wait,
you think first story's
Rose
true?
agrees. Rose agrees.
No, she
For
disagrees
Mariah's-
with that.
Oh, she
True.
goes, Mariah's true.
thinks Mariah's true. We all think Mariah's a lie.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let me
I'm
have
going
it.
with Mariah
All
True.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
Mariah Carey is absolutely true.
Ah!
Every bit of that story. In fact,
Wow.
I told that story on the Artie Lang podcast. You can refer back to me doing that
Thank
story.
Is there anything on the second story that is based in truth, or did you
Everything
make
in
that
that
up?
second story is true, except my ex was not waiting outside
Okay.
for that girl and did not attack her.
Fuck God.
Yeah.
Well
What-
done,
good-
bro.
good
You
player,
fucking
right
fucked
here.
me up with that.
That's a
That
good.
was a good,
Good player.
I told you I was good to book,
'Cause you
man. I'm
were-
so happy.
You were
God
emotionally
damn it.
invested in
I'm
that
telling you,
second
man. I'm
story.
trained.
God.
HB Studios, New York City. All right, I have to
Well
bounce,
done.
but
Go, go,
I
go.
think your story, Rose.
Oh yeah, let you
your-
vote first.
Yes, yes. I think your first story is a lie and your second is true.
You think Mary Poppins is a lie?
I think Mary Poppins is a lie and the
I
second is
agree-
true.
I agree with
All
you,
right,
and
so
I'll
let
tell
me
you
know
why.
how it
I'll
goes.
let you know.
All right, I'll catch
let
up
you
with you
Great
guys.
job,
Thanks again
man.
for having me,
Good
man.
deal.
You, brother.
At Josh Accardo,
Anything you want.
joshaccardo.com. I have an alternative lifestyle podcast called At Broken Tailed, which is great. And then I also
Nice.
have a pop culture podcast I do with Maureen Van Zant from Sopranos, the wife of Stephen Van Zant
Yeah,
from
of
the E
course.
Street Band. That's awesome too, called Generation Gap. So please go listen to those and follow me on all
Thanks,
the
man.
social stuff. And I
Yes.
love this show. I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry I
Thank
have
you
to
for doing
bail.
it. No,
No,
thank
no,
you.
no,
Go
no,
to
no.
your spot.
Thanks,
Go
guys.
to your spot.
Appreciate
Good
it.
meeting you, man. Great
Love
job.
Thanks for
seeing
coming.
you again.
Fucking
Awesome
got
seeing
me.
you.
He got me too.
I don't want to
All
be
right,
wrong
what do you
twice.
guys think? What do you guys think?
All right. Well,
Well,
he voted. He voted. He thinks that your.
Well, here's your recap. Let me give
Oh
you
yeah,
a
let's
recap.
get the recap.
Your first story, when she was 8 or 9 years old, she was a foreigner that spent a lot of alone time with her family and her older cousin Ginseng one time. They're all alone and they're wearing diapers watching Mary Poppins, so she thinks she can fly and jumps off the roof with an umbrella as her parents are pulling up, so her mom slaps her in Albanian language, and then she never flew again. Story 2, when she was younger, she lived in New York but went to Illinois in the summer, so they got to go to the park by themselves. And they were about 5 or 6 years old. She noticed this corn growing in the wild and had never seen it before. And Albanians, I guess they bang a lot, she said. So
They do.
all the cousins are having a good time, and there's a cheapie fence there, quote unquote cheapie. So she gets a good idea to hijack some of that wild corn, pulls up a whole stalk, then falls on a rock, gets concussed, pisses her pants, and gets her arm broken by her voodoo queen aunt and never stole corn again.
That's tight. That's
As far as I
tight.
know. I don't know.
No,
You might
that,
have, actually.
that's a tight fucking rap.
So it's either corn or Mary Poppins. Does anybody have any like
Here's my only
really
thing.
feel strong about what they
I felt very strong
yeah.
about Mary Poppins being fake because I was watching her tell the story and she kept going like to my elbow and she kept touching her right shit.
No, so you think that
And
the,
then she goes, and then later I literally wrote like
Mary
look at my
Poppins
notes.
was not the one that was
Right.
touching my right.
No,
It
no,
was the
I'm saying the
story.
second. No, Mary Poppins I thought was like fabricated.
Okay.
And then, but then you were telling the story, and you kept touching your right arm, talking about this, and then you go, and I broke my left elbow. I'm like, that bitch was touching her right shit, and I go, what handed are you?
Right.
And
yeah,
you're
but
right-handed.
see, I broke my foot whenever I broke my leg when I was a kid, like at 5, and I honestly don't.
If I told a
remember-
story
You
about
don't
what
remember that
if I
shit,
told a
right?
story about what
Yeah.
shoulder I broke, I'm like, oh, this. She was doing this.
Yeah, but when you're young, you know how many bones I've broken? I'm a klutz. I broke
Right.
a lot of bones.
Samesies.
Did you
Yeah.
did you go to the doctor to have your cast taken off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
cut
dad.
out.
My dad did mine.
No,
It was
they
like you've
cut my
had this-
shit out because
He's fine.
and my arm was so small. After that, it was fucking crazy.
I'm ready.
It's crazy looking.
I'm
I'm
just
ready
gonna-
to vote.
I'll stick to my guns, and I think
All right, what
your
do you guys
first
think?
story,
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, was not true.
Okay.
And I think that the corn elbow story was true for the same reason I lost in the first round. There's so much more detail to this,
Right.
to that one than the other. The other one's like a funny way of like maybe she fell off a roof before. Maybe there's some truth to that, or maybe that happened to one of her
Mm-hmm.
multiple cousins who, by the way,
That's what I was
Albanians
thinking
love
at
to
first.
fuck. But
I think she was living the
I
American
think-
dream.
I think
and-
Elbow's second story is true, and I think Mary Poppins is not true.
Okay.
That's my vote.
I'm
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna lean toward. I'm gonna say that Mary Poppins is true and that the corn is is a lie.
I'm
I
going
think-
the same.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Because I think if you're in Illinois,
I've
even if you're
never-
at a park or whatever, somebody is going to see you tearing up a corn stalk and being like, "Get
What
out
are
of
you
my
doing?
corn."
And, but
Right, especially if it's
What are
by
they
a-
doing in Illinois?
especially if you're
other
by
than
a
gardening your
park.
cornfield?
had
You know
she
what I mean?
said I was 14, I've never seen a corn stalk in my life. She was like 6. And I'm like, all right. That was a great answer.
I didn't though because I didn't move to Illinois until I was about 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
Let me ask you this then. When you jump
So
the
they don't have
fence,
corn in Albania?
When you jump the fence,
No,
when you
not
jump,
like that.
Turn that mic towards you. If you don't
No, not like that. Not like fucking agricultural style. Like I've lived in Illinois, man. You see the soybean cornfield. Like I know
You're
what those
making me change
cornfields
my
look like.
answer.
when you jump the fence,
Yeah,
how far away was the corn?
it was so
From the-
close. It was so close. It was like I'm telling you, it was like a fence.
Like she
and
went
it
off
was
a
right
fence
there.
and landed in corn.
Like that's what it felt like. And, but
I don't
then
know.
I was like trying to pull it out, and I was like, God
Yeah,
damn.
because at least they usually at least need access for trucks.
And a
or,
5 or 6 year old, my little sister, my youngest sister, is the craziest 6-year-old you will ever meet.
I met her.
She
That was
could
pretty
not
psycho, man.
possibly get a corn stalk out of the ground. Eventually, a 5-year-old would be like, "I'll just take the corn."
dude, I had
she
a
did.
beard.
She did say that.
Oh yeah, I thought you
said-
did.
No, it was
no, you
really
got the
hard.
whole thing up though, didn't you?
I changed my answer.
Well, no, I stopped. I tried to get just half.
You
off.
just changed my answer.
I just tried to get the corn off because I was like, if I brought corn home to my mom, because she was so upset that I went there by myself. If I brought corn home,
This is
maybe
such a
she
lie.
won't bitch
Nope.
at me.
Nope. Mary Poppins is true. You just convinced me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've hung out with a lot of 6-year-olds quite recently. Won't talk about why. But
No. I'm gonna change my answer.
you're going to go the other way?
Yeah, I'm gonna say corn is true. Mary Poppins false. Corn true.
I'm going Mary
Corn
Poppins.
true.
Kyle, what about you?
I'm going Mary Poppins.
Now,
What do y'all think?
I,
What do y'all think?
I
What do y'all
thought the
think?
second story is false. I think the corn one's a lie because she kept raising her eyebrow while she was telling it, and I think that might be her poker tail.
Ah, the people's
It
eyebrow.
might have a little people's
people's
eyebrow.
Well, you guys
poker
let me know
tail.
when you want to
I
tell
think
the
that
truth.
Rose is a professional, and she might have been hamming it up, dude.
That could be.
I
That could
think that
Fuck, am I getting hammed?
I think that, I think
Did you just get hammed?
I
You
think
get
the first
porked,
verse
bro?
true.
You get porked
You
by
fucking
a
hamming
woman?
me, bro?
I porked you, bitch.
I'm going first story true. I'm going Mary Poppins true.
Okay.
I had not I mean if you look at all my notes, I was going the other way the entire time. But what a wonderful point of like what 6-year-old is like, I'm going to uproot this tree and bring my mother home 5 fucking palm no.
That sounds just like a 5-year-old.
Ken Lofgren is going your route, Jessica,
Okay.
saying the first story, the Mary Poppins jumping off the roof story, is a lie.
Yeah, I think
Should scare you. He's on 200
I've jumped,
milligrams
off,
of
I've
edible.
jumped off the
He
roof.
was wrong.
Yeah,
not
that's
that
crazy.
Wait,
logical.
so
was
you and
wrong
I
for
are
the
going
first
Mary
one.
Poppins yes and you're going
I'm
corn
going
yes.
Corn yes. Corn yes.
Oh,
All right, you guys want to hear it?
Don't do me
You guys
wrong.
want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right. I broke my arm picking up corn, motherfuckers.
Ah!
But you know what?
It's the first time I've ever lost twice.
hey, you know who broke his leg? Nah, he didn't break his leg, but he fucked himself up big time. Doing Mary Poppins.
T-Boss.
My dumb motherfucking older brother.
Ah!
And I was the baby watching him, and I was like, no! Yes! Yeah.
That was smart because
I
that
was
means you
right.
knew every detail.
I was
Yeah,
right and I
smart.
got talked out of it.
Well, here's why.
Oh,
Here's how I
God.
fucked you up. Because I fucked my own self up because I was trying to remember what arm I broke, and then I remembered it was my fucking left arm because I broke my left arm as
That's
a
what
child,
fucked me up.
and I broke my right pinky as a kid, and I also fucking shattered both my ankles. But I was a fucking klutz, man. I fucked myself
Right there,
up.
I go. Rose.
I literally thought it was magic as a kid. I
Rose
jumped
was
off everything.
always about her right elbow on arm. Said left arm though. Then I go arrow. Said left arm though, and then right-handed.
And what does that say, girl?
That doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing.
No, that's
that's
my ATM
I
pin
fell
number.
on that goddamn rock. I fell on that rock, and I fell on that rock, and I immediately pissed my pants, and it was like circles. I was like, whoa! I had a concussion. My head hit the rock too.
Sure.
Damn.
So like when my cousin picked me up,
Yeah.
but the funny thing to me was that I lied to him. He was like, "Did you pee your pants?" I was like, "No, I fell in a puddle."
I put on those pants that were already peed.
I was like, "No." He's like, "It smells funny." I was like, "I
Thank
don't
you.
know." even at that age, I still lied to his ass.
Jeez.
True story, but I
Wow.
lied to him.
These were good. Thank you. Fuck,
You're
dude.
welcome, man.
You're a good liar. You're a
Am
fucking
I?
yeah.
Oh, that makes me. I was so nervous. You guys would just figure me out right away.
No.
Well, I had drug stories, but I know Jason was gonna be here. in a
I was
minute.
there for most of them.
God knows what we talked about. God knows what we experienced. So I can't talk about those. But
Samesies.
yeah.
Well,
we'll
those
be
were
right
great.
back right after this break.
You-
Guys, go to fucking
Blue
Blue
Apron.
Apron.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me and Josh. Josh's
Yeah,
stories were
Josh
good,
was
too.
amazing. That
Yeah,
was
you guys
good
were
shit.
both great. You guys were both great. And
Wow.
thanks for having me
I actually
back
guessed
as well.
right
Yeah,
on
thank
Josh. I
you,
just want to
Tebow.
point that out to the crowd or whoever's listening. I got Josh right. Okay. Mariah was
do you
true.
do you have
It's true.
anything that you want to promote or plug or
We Three Trolls. It's
we can find
we
you?
usually We Three Trolls. You can catch me on Zafa Don Juanita, which is Zafa Don Juanita Juanita at Instagram.
Yep.
And We Three Trolls. Just look up We Three Trolls. I have
We
a
Three
podcast.
Trolls,
We
very
Three
funny
Trolls.
podcast. Yep.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just talk about trolling
Jessica's
people.
been on there.
I've been on
Jason's
there,
been
yep.
on there. It's fun. We shoot the shit and we just talk about whatever the fuck we
Do it
wanna talk
right here in
about.
this room.
Yeah.
it was really fun. Thank you for having me on that as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Tebow, anything you want to promote?
Obviously, Punch Luck Sports. It's me, Ari Shafir, Sam Tripoli, every Tuesday at allthingscomedy.com or punchlucksports.com. And then that's about it. Yeah, man. Follow me on Twitter at the Teeb, Jason Tebow on Instagram, and suck it.
All right.
Kyle, what about you, buddy?
Yo, check out my podcast, Extremely Internet. We do weird stories from internet culture, so check it out.
Awesome.
Austin?
I'm at the Austin Walker on everything. Catch us here in the Belly Room. I think it's January 31st, right?
Yep.
With Lori Kilmartin, Zach No Towers, Steve Fury, Jessica Wellington, Felicia Michaels, Renee Piercy, Michael Evans, and a very special guest who we're going to wait to name till later.
Yeah.
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave
All right.
Congratulations.
Fuck
Thank
yeah,
you.
dude.
And I'm at Jess Wellington 2 on everything. Follow me. And you guys have been lied to.
Thank you for having me. Keep on lying, guys. Keep on lying.